Good morning and Jai Hind children. Today I am going to discuss the method of separation in the chapter separation of substances. There are different methods used for separating the substances. Clear? So remember that in previous class the methods of separation that was discussed is yes, separating solid from other solid. If the impurities are present in the form of solid in mixture, so how we can separate? So certain methods are used for that, like hand picking method, sieving method, okay, winnowing method and threshing method. So these all methods we already discussed in our previous class. Now today I am going to discuss the second kind of separation of substances, means methods of separation, and it is separating insoluble solids from liquids. So today we'll discuss the different methods which are used to separate insoluble solids. So first of all, you must have to know the meaning of insoluble solids. Insoluble solids are the solid substances that not dissolve, that is not soluble in liquid, that cannot soluble in liquid. For example, if you will put small stones in water, in a glass of water, then what will happen? Are those stones will dissolve there? No. Is it not? So we can say that those stones are not soluble in liquid, in that water. Alright? If we put a handful of sand in a glass of water and stir it with a spoon, then what will happen? The sand will get dissolved? No. So we can say that the sand is also insoluble in water. Get it? So the same. Here we will discuss the different methods which are used to separate insoluble solids. The solids which are not soluble in liquid. Get it? So the first method which is used is sedimentation and decantation. Sedimentation and decantation. It is a very common method, simple method by which we can separate, by we can remove insoluble solids from the liquids. Clear? What happened in this method? If you will take a beaker or glass and fill water in it, and then add some solid which is not soluble in water. You can add the small stones or you can add the what? Sand, as I have told. So anything you can add in it. Like that. Clear? So, in this method of sedimentation and decantation, simply we can remove these solid particles by keeping them undisturbed for some time. We keep our this beaker undisturbed for some time, say that 30 minutes or 1 hour. Keep it on the table and don't touch it, don't disturb it. Get it? So you will observe after 1 hour or 30 minutes that all the insoluble solids gets settled down in the water of the beaker. Okay. Where those solids get settled down? In the bottom. Okay, beaker के नीचे. What will happen? All the solid will settle down. And above it, what will be there? Water will be there. Yeah. So this process is known as sedimentation. This is known as sedimentation. So sedimentation is what? A process in which insoluble solids, after keeping it undisturbed, settle down in the bottom. Okay, so it is known as sedimentation. And what is there above it? The clear water is there. Earlier the water looks not clear because we have added some insoluble solids like the sand. So that is why water looks not clear. But if we will keep it undisturbed for some time, then what will happen? Sedimentation occurs, all the solid impurities are insoluble solids settled in the bottom and the water looks somewhat clear. Okay, understood? Sedimentation. Now, decantation. Suppose our both the substances, this liquid and this solid, get settled separate. So how we can separate it? They both are visible separately here, so it need to separate it. So for separating it, we will use the method of decantation. We will take another beaker, empty beaker. We will put a glass rod and very softly, very slowly keep this beaker and pour it. Slowly pour the water present above it. So the water will comes on the rod and through the rod it gets collected in the beaker. But this process you must have to do very softly. So this mixture not get disturbed. Otherwise, what will happen? This solid again get mixed in water, spread in water. Get it? So you have to put it very softly and easily just bend it and pour slowly the water present above it through this glass rod into another beaker. Get it? Slowly, it's not suddenly. Very slowly you have to pour the water. And as you have seen that only what is left? Solid particles are left. Now just stop pouring the water. Then you will observe that all the clear water collected in this beaker, and in this beaker what is left? Only insoluble solids left. So as you have mixed here sand and water, so after sedimentation and decantation, what happened? In this beaker, water get collected, and in this beaker, what is left? Sand left. So both get separated. Both gets separated. Is it not? The mixture of sand and mixed water. What happened to them? They separated to each other. How? By using sedimentation and decantation method. Clear to this? Everyone? This method is clear. You can do it by yourself also at your home. You can do it. Take two glasses, okay, made of glass, transparent glass. Put some water, add a spoon of sand, mix it. So you will see that the sand particles looks mixed in the water. Keep it undisturbed for half hour or 1 hour. So you will observe they both get separated. Now pour it another glass slowly without disturbing. So you will get gets separated. And the name of this method is, what is the name of this method? Sedimentation and decantation. Alright children, clear? Okay, now come to the next. Filtration. Filtration is also a very common method that you must have seen at your home also many times. Filtration. When you have seen at the time of preparing tea, when we are going to prepare the tea in the kitchen, and when the tea that our tea completely get prepared, so what we do at last, we take a sieve, okay, and pour the boiled tea. So what happened? Our liquid tea comes in the cup, and whatever the substance present in it, like tea leaves, some people used to put ginger, okay, and all, they remain in the sieve. Is it not? So actually that is kind of filtration. So in this method of filtration, same one is going to explain here. If something is what? Present in the liquid, any insoluble solid, like tea leaves are insoluble in water. Is it not? The pieces of gingers are also insoluble in water. Okay, and I have taken here that sand. Sand is also insoluble in water. Small stones are also insoluble. So anything you can take. And if suppose these solids are mixed in water or in liquid, and as they are very small in size, their particles are very small, the small stones can be visible easily, clearly. But small sands are not visible clearly, and we cannot pick it with our hand. Is it not? And after sedimentation and decantation, it is the possibility that some of the sand will move in the water because they are very small particles, small size particles. Is it not? So how we can remove completely the sand particles which are very small in size? Then we will use filtration method. It is. And as the name is given, filtration, so here we will use filter paper. There is a kind of paper kept in the laboratories. We also have filter paper. Okay, that is just like this paper, our paper of your paper of notebook and books, but it have large size pores in it. Okay, so we will use filter paper for filtration, and the method is, this is the filter paper which is round in shape. So first of all, we will fold it 2 times. Okay, first we fold it from here, and then we fold it from here. Get it? So how it looks? It looks like that after folding 2 times. Okay. Here, now open it and make a cone. What you have to make? You have to make a cone of this filter paper. Okay, just look at. I'm going to show you. Suppose this is the paper, so I will fold it 2 times. First half, and then second half. Okay, and now just do it like that. Your cone get prepared. This is a cone. Alright. So you have to prepare this cone by the filter paper also. And now after preparing this cone, what you have to do? You have to fix it in a funnel. Where you have to fix? In funnel. So this is funnel. Have you seen this funnel? Yes, everyone have seen this funnel. Huh? So we have to place our bone of paper in this funnel here. Got it? Everyone? Below this funnel, what we will do? We will keep an empty beaker. We will put an empty beaker below the funnel. And now, simply the mixture which we have prepared in previous topic, the mixture of what? Say that sand and water. Very small sand particles which are present in water. So we have this mixture. Okay? Now pour it here in this funnel in which we have kept the what? Cone of filter paper. So pour it. So when you will pour it, what will happen? Through this filter paper, the filter paper will act as a sieve. Only the water allowed to move out, move down and get collected here. Get it? Only the water will move through it and collected in this beaker. And all the solid which is not soluble, that is insoluble solid, sand which they all sand get collected here on the filter paper. Because this filter paper does not allow to move the sand particles. It only allows to move what? Water. Get it? And this method is known as filtration. What is the name of this method? Filtration. So suppose if something get mixed in water, mud or that sand or anything, so easily we can use the filtration method to separate them. Alright? Understood everyone? And make our water clear again. Now this water gets clear. This time the water was not clear because a lot of sand is mixed in it. So this water is also not suitable to drink. This water is also not suitable to cook food because sand is mixed. But after filtering it, the water which we get is suitable to use for cooking or for any purpose because now there is no sand particles present in it. Clear? Everyone? So this is also one of the method by which we can separate what? Insoluble solid from liquid. Alright children? Understood this method? Come to the third method. And this method is known as loading. Loading method. Okay. In loading method, what is going to explain? It's going to discuss that how we can separate insoluble solids from the liquid. Okay. This method can be used especially in the time when the particles which are present in the water are very small in size and very light in weight. Because if the particles are large size, so it can easily settle in the bottom and we can remove it by sedimentation and decantation. If the particle size is somewhat smaller than that, but the particles are heavy, so we can separate it by filtration method. But suppose if the particles, solid particles, are very small and very light in weight, so they cannot settle in the bottom. By keeping it for some time, 1 hour, 2 hour, they will not settle in the bottom. Why they will not settle in the bottom? Because they are very small in size and very light in weight. Alright, understood everyone? The particles which are very small and very light. So to separate such kind of insoluble solids from liquid, the another method is used, that is known as loading. Okay, and in this method, simply what we are going to do, we are going to increase the weight of the particles. Suppose if we have this beaker in which water is there and very small lightweight particles are present, solid is present, very small and lightweight. So if something is very light in weight, so what will happen? Can it will settle down in the bottom? No. It cannot settle down. It moves still in the water. It remain in the water. So how we can separate it? And it can pass also through the filter paper because they are very, very small. So it can pass through the filter paper. Get it? So we need to increase their weight and size. Then they can easily settle. Okay, and we can filter it out. And to increase the weight of these small particles, we are going to use a substance, a chemical substance, which is generally used in everyone's home, in kitchen. And you must know that, alum. Do you know the alum? In Hindi it is known as fitkari. What it is known as? Fitkari. Okay, it's generally used in the kitchen. If you don't know, so you can ask your mother, your father, they can show you. Okay, it looks like the solid crystal of salt. It looks like the solid crystal of salt. Okay, and that is alum or fitkari. It is a chemical substance. So in this method of loading, to increase the size and the weight of these insoluble solid, we will take a piece of alum and we tie it with the help of a thread. Suppose if this is the piece of alum, so with the help of thread we tie it. Okay, here. And hang it in this water. Understood? Diagram, through the diagram you are going to understood now. What we will do, we will take a beaker in which, what is there, water with some very small solid is there, which is not soluble in it, but very small in size and very light in weight. Then we will take a piece of alum, we will tie a thread and hang it in the water and keep it for some time. Okay, keep it for some time. So after some time, when we will put the alum in water, what will happen? The molecules of alum get spread in water and they get settled on the surface of small particles. Suppose this is the small particle, so the alum will deposit here around it. It will deposit around it, and if it get deposit around it, so what will happen? Its size gets increased and its weight also gets increased. Is it now? something gets deposited on this, suppose this is the piece of chalk and something is going to deposit above it. So what will happen? Slowly and slowly the size of the chalk get increased and its weight also get increased. Same happens here. Those insoluble small solids will gain more weight and gets large in size. And if it's get more weight, what will happen? They easily settle down in the bottom. Now they get settled down in the bottom because their size increased. Yeah. So after some time, after half an hour or 1 hour, just remove it. Remove your alum with thread, and as all the impurities get settled in the bottom, now you can use which method? Filtration method. Okay, filter it through the filter paper. What happened? All the insoluble solid gets separated, filter out, and the clear water gets separated. Okay, so this method is known as loading. Understood? The name of the method is given loading. It means yes, the load of the small size solids are going to increase. We are going to load it. Load it means we are going to increase its weight. Then they can filter easily and separate it easily. That is why the name of this method is given loading. Clear? Everyone? Understood the meaning of loading? Why the name is given loading to this method? Because we are going to load the small particles. We are going to increase the weight of small particles, small solid. Okay, by adding alum in the liquid, in water. Clear? So this is also a method by which we can separate the insoluble solid from liquid. Clear? And now after filtration of this mixture, that water is very clear and suitable for drinking also. Sometimes water looks clear, but it has very small insoluble solids, so it is not good for our health. It is not suitable for drinking. Okay, so that is why this method we can use to remove all the impurities or all the insoluble solids. Okay, so these are the methods given here in your chapter to remove insoluble solids from liquid or separate insoluble solids from liquid. So all these methods, I hope that clear to everyone. Okay, now come to the next. And the next topic is given here, that application of methods of separation obtaining drinking water. The methods which we have discussed here, these all methods are used where the drinking water is going to supply. Okay, from where the drinking water is going to supply? From Nagar Nigam or Nagar Palika. They supply the water to each and every home. So the tank they have, they are going to follow these methods to remove all the insoluble solids from them. First, the water gets kept for some time, so sedimentation occurs, then decantation, then it gets filtered out, then loading occurs. Okay, and after that, that water is completely clear and suitable to drink. Alright, so we can say that whatever the methods which we have discussed here, these methods are applied, are used where? To make drinking water, to remove the impurities from drinking water. Alright? Application of method used to obtain drinking water? Clear drinking water, pure drinking water. First one, which method we have discussed? Sedimentation and decantation. Second method, loading. Okay, and then filtration. Alright, and after this, another method is also something is added in the water, and that is chlorine. Which is known as chlorination. So these are the different methods used to obtain drinking water. Alright, children? So I hope that you understood these all topics, these all methods. Thank you.